Hello, Sagittarius, Sun, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So, Sag. Today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So, with all that being said, Sagittarius, let's get started. So we do have the Four of Pentacles, and then we also have the Seven of Cups. Okay, how does Sagittarius currently view this relationship? And then we also have the Hermit. Okay, Sagittarius. You know, the first thing that came to my mind is, hey, are you okay? Like, that's the first thing that came to my mind. I just kind of feel like people around you, could be family members, could be friends, coworkers, like I just kind of feel like people are noticing like something's up with you, you know what I mean? Like something's up with you, like something's bothering you or upsetting you, like you're just not your normal self is basically what I'm getting. And I feel like people are noticing that. Now, before I continue, let me put my phone on a charger before it dies on me. 1 second. Okay, we're back. So yeah, as I was saying, Sag, it just kind of looks like people are kind of noticing like, okay, like something's wrong. Like, you know, Sagittarius is like very, very quiet, like very to themselves. Like, I just kind of feel like you're not being like your usual self is basically what I'm getting. And I just kind of feel like people around you are noticing. Now, I don't really see you wanting to talk about it. I am getting that. Like, I don't see you wanting to talk about it. I don't know if you don't feel comfortable with these people or what the case may be. I'm getting people. But it doesn't appear to me that you feel comfortable to essentially talk about it with these people in particular. So, you know, it could just be like coworkers. Like, hey, you okay? You just don't seem like your normal self. Like, maybe you don't want to really tell, you know, like your coworkers, like what you got going on within your own personal life. I just feel like you have a lot of things going on within your, like, personal life is basically what I'm getting. And it kind of looks like it's just more than one thing going on. So, you know, you could very well be having like marriage problems, relationship problems, you know, family problems. I mean, you could just be having like, you know, a lot of things, you know, going on, unfortunately, on, you know, all at once. But I do see you trying your hardest to just tackle, I would say, like all of these things that you're essentially going through. But I feel like the problem, Sag, is that you're trying to tackle all of these things all at once. Like, let's just say that you have 10 problems. You want to tackle these 10 problems all at once instead of just focusing on, you know, one problem. Once you're done resolving that problem, jumping to the next problem. And then once you're done resolving that one, then jump to the next one. Like, you're trying to tackle these 10 problems that you're going through all at once. And it's like the moment that you do that, you instantly become overwhelmed. You're just like, I don't even want to do this. I don't even want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I just kind of feel like you have to just kind of take one thing at a time, dude. I feel like you have to take one thing at a time, because if you try to tackle all these things all at once, you're gonna feel like overwhelmed to the point where you're not gonna have, you know, the strength or the energy to tackle your problems is basically what, you know, I'm getting. Just tackle one thing at a time, you know? All right, let's see what's going on. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We got the Tower. Okay. And then we also have the Emperor. The bottom of the deck. It looks like you're having a lot of like, and I don't want to say this is the only problem you're having, but these are like one of the issues that you're having, right? Which is like marriage problems, relationship problems. Because I am definitely getting that there's somebody here that you're romantically involved with. And it looks like this relationship, you know, is unfortunately like stressing you out a lot. It's like you find yourself going through the same thing over and over again with this particular person, causing you like a lot of stress, a lot of, you know, sleepless nights, possibly anxiety, you know, things of that nature. So you're having some relationship problems with this person in particular. You know, I just kind of feel like when you're having like problems with this person in particular, it's kind of hard for you to like focus on what you need to focus on and do what you got to do. This person, however, I don't believe that they have that problem. Like, even if they're having like their issues like with you, they're still able to like complete daily tasks. Like, it doesn't, I mean, it affects them, but not to the extent that it affects you, if that makes any sense. Like when you're experiencing problems with this person, it's as if you become absolutely paralyzed to the point where you're just like, oh my God, I don't want to do anything. Like I can't concentrate on work. I can't concentrate on this. I can't do this. I can't do that. Like that's how overwhelmed you get by these problems that you're having within your relationship with this person. Like I said, the both of you, um, tend to become affected, when there is tension, conflict, chaos, and all that stuff within this dynamic that you guys share one another. The both of you are, definitely, affected, but you guys are just affected in different ways. Okay, is basically what I'm getting. I feel like this person has like managed to find a way to like deal with like the stress that comes with marriage or just being in a relationship with a person, because it's not easy, you know what I mean? You're gonna have your moments. It is what it is, that's a given. But I feel like this person has managed to like find a way to like deal with their stress, like taking long walks, working out, bearing themselves into work, just keeping themselves extremely busy / occupied. You, on the other hand, it appears to me that when you're having problems with this person, you just sit in it and you just think about it. And then you think about it some more. And then you think about it some more. And then you think about it some more. You know what I mean? Okay. All right. Let's jump back over to you, my friend. How does Sagittarius currently feel? We have the Knight of Wands, we got the Two of Swords, and then we also have the Chariot out here, okay? The bottom of the deck, we got the World. This relationship, it brings a lot of confusion into your life. Going back to that Judgment card, to the Nine of Swords that was attached to your energy, you continue to experience the same old with this person in particular. So something's definitely not changing on their end that you were essentially hoping would basically change on their end. But you keep going through the same old with this one over here. Now, I feel like the main reason why this relationship brings a lot of confusion to you is because, well, if they say they're going to change X, Y, and Z, why aren't they changing it? Why do they keep telling me the same thing, that they're going to change and that they're going to stop doing this and that they're going to stop doing that just to do it all over again? It doesn't make no sense. Why do they do that? Like, why do they do that to me? Why do they do that to me? I'm getting that. I'm also getting that you're confused as to why this person like wants to continue to like be with you and, make this dynamic, between the two of you, work. If they don't want to get their act together and or change, like you just don't understand, like, why the hell does this person want to continue to be with me and make this relationship work if they refuse to change, if they just continue to like put me through this, that, and the third? Like, what's the point? I just don't understand. Like, why? Like, why? Like if this person's not going to change, why don't they just tell me and why don't they just leave? If this person's not going to do, if they're not going to stop doing X, Y, and Z, why don't they just tell me and why don't they just leave me alone? Like, I just don't understand. Like, what does this person want from me? Like, you have a lot of questions, I would say, when it comes down to this individual and why they do the things that they do, and what's the point of them trying to make this relationship work if they're just going to keep fucking up. Like, I feel like the list goes on and on. Okay, all right, let's jump back over to this person real quick. How does this person currently feel? Okay, we have, oh God, okay. We have the Ace of Swords, we got the Five of Wands, and then we also have the Three of Cups. I mean, we do have the Tower out here, and the Tower is linked to the Devil. So then there's that. I mean, I say all that to say this. Because we have the Tower out here and the Tower is linked to the Devil, this could definitely represent that the two of you have a very unstable relationship with one another. This could imply that you guys have a very toxic and unhealthy relationship with one another, which makes sense as to why we're getting this energy. So, in regards to how this person's currently feeling, according to them, they feel like things are good now, right? Between the two of you. But they also feel like it's only a matter of time before shit hits the fan. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. For some of you, you guys might fight and argue a lot. I am getting that. You guys might fight and argue a lot. Because they feel like, you know, this moment you guys are having where things are good / great between the two of you, they feel like it's going to be shortly lived, because that's just kind of what they're used to experiencing within this dynamic that they share with you. Y'all are good for like 2 days, and you know, then boom, you guys are back to fighting and arguing, or disagreeing about something. Okay. What actions will Sagittarius take towards this person or moving forward? Okay, so we have the Page of Swords, we have the Queen of Swords, and then we have the Five of Pentacles. Okay. In regards to how you plan on moving forward, I just feel like you just want to know why. Like, I just don't understand. Like, why does this person tell me that they're gonna change and then they don't fucking change? Like, why does this person like do this, and why does this person do that? And you know, if they're not gonna change, like, I don't understand. Like, why does this person try to like fix things with me, repair things with me all the time? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I do want to like double check on something. Because I do feel like I'm missing something when it comes down to this dynamic between the two of you. And I feel like for whatever odd reason, I do have to clarify the Tower. So let me do that real quick. Tell me more about the Tower. So for those of you who are, like, you know, are into tarot or do tarot, like, this is just like a little trick or whatever. Every time you see the Tower, the Devil is going to eventually come out, okay? These two cards go hand in hand. Every time you see the Devil, you're going to eventually see the Tower. It's just like a little trick. It just comes out. It's like a hand-in-hand type of, you know, deal here. Anyways, okay, so we do have the Sun, we do have the Moon, we have the Eight of Wands, and then we have the King of Pentacles, and then we also have the Devil. Okay, so let's talk, okay? Don't get mad at me, okay? Don't get mad at me. I'm just a messenger, okay? Because I knew I was kind of missing something here. Because the Devil has 2 people chained to him. Not one person, 2 people, right? So that's kind of telling me that when it comes down to this dynamic between the two of you and why things are the way that it is, it does have a lot to do with this person, yes. It does have a lot to do with this person. But I'm also getting that it does have a lot to do with you too, because it's one of those things where it's like, when you see the Devil come out, yeah, it does represent a very toxic and unhealthy environment and our relationship, but it takes 2 to create this storm. Not just one person, like, it takes 2 to create this storm here. You know, it's basically what I'm getting. So, like, for example, you know, your whole issue is, well, they said that they're going to change this and the third about themselves, and they have yet to do that. Well, there could have come a point in time where you told this person, right, that you were going to change X, Y, and Z about yourself, but you didn't. You see what I mean? Like, in order for this relationship to work, it requires the both of you to change, because we have the Devil out here. So that's kind of telling me that nobody in this dynamic is a complete saint, and that's okay. It is what it is. It's not a judgmental thing. It is what it is. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, we're all going to fuck up. We're all going to make mistakes. It is what it is. But this storm is a storm that the both of you created. It's not just one person that created it. It's the both of you, you know? So they've done their share of things. You've done your share of things. Like, y'all created this storm basically together, and it requires the both of you to change. Not just them and not just you, but the both of you. But the both of you. Because... And the reason why I was like, I really need to look at the Tower is because when I saw this come out for this person in my head, I'm like, damn, why is that coming out? That's kind of weird. Like, because they're harnessing the energy of, it's only a matter of time before Sag starts arguing me about something. It's only a matter of time before they do this. It's only a matter of time before. And I thought that was kind of like strange. I'm like, well, wait a second. You know what I mean? Because it kind of looks like, you know, for a while you were just kind of making it like, because again, you're looking at things from your perspective, like, okay, well, they put me through this and this and this and this, and this is what I'm upset about. And, you know, I just don't understand, why does this keep happening? Why does that keep happening? And when this came out for this person, this is basically the epitome of them basically complaining basically about something that they don't like that you do, that you continue to do. And the reason why I'm saying that is because of what I already said when I broke this energy down. It's an ongoing thing. 1 minute, everything's good / great between the two of you. The next minute, you're coming at this person left field off of, you know, for what? I don't know, but you're coming at this person like left field. Why? I don't know. But I am definitely getting that. Tell me more about the Five of Wands. I see. You look at them like they're a King of Wands like energy, but they're not. And that's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem. You constantly think this person's doing something. You constantly think that this person's, you know, out to get you. You constantly think that this person's doing dirt behind your back, you know. You don't trust them. You want to trust them, but you don't trust them. And you have the Eight of Swords attached to your energy. Anybody who harnesses Eight of Swords energy is somebody who is, who typically suffers from experiencing intrusive thoughts. So like, when you get an intrusive thought about this person, and it, for you, it just kind of feels like you can't even control like these intrusive thoughts that you tend to get about them. But anyways, you get these intrusive thoughts about them, not because you want to, to you, it just feels like it's something out of your control. You can't stop it if you wanted it to, I'm sorry. And you start to believe these intrusive thoughts, you know. I mean, like, you might get an intrusive thought that this person is, I don't know, like sleeping with the neighbor or something like that. You know what I mean? To the point where you'll start to really think like, you know what? That could be happening. You know what I mean? And then another thing too, is that I think that you're confusing what your mind is telling you with your intuition. And that tends to happen, you know, a lot. That tends to happen a lot. And I say this a lot, okay? I say this a lot. There's a big difference between what your mind is telling you versus what your intuition is telling you, okay? There's a big freaking difference. Like, say, God forbid it never happens, right? But let's just say that this person, I don't fucking know, like, ends up doing something behind your back, like for real. God forbid it never happens. You're going to just feel it out of nowhere. Like, that shit is going to hit you like a ton of bricks. You're going to feel it, not think it. You're going to feel it. Like, you're going to feel like, yo, something's terribly wrong. And it's going to fucking hit you out of nowhere. And you're going to start to find yourself like, wait, what the hell's going on? Like, why do I feel this way all of a sudden? Like, you're going to be confused. This is not an intuitive hit, download, whatever have you, that you tend to experience on a frequent basis with this one over here. These are intrusive thoughts. And you got to keep in mind that the devil's attached to this connection. So basically, we live in a spiritual world. It is what it is, okay? One thing that the devil doesn't like is unity between two people. He don't like it, okay? The fact that you are attempting to become one with this person's attempting to become one with you, the devil's going to try to do everything in his power to try to break the two of you up, because he doesn't like unity between two people. He just doesn't fucking like it, Sag. He doesn't like it. He ain't gonna like it today. He ain't gonna like it tomorrow. He ain't gonna like it a year from now. Like, that is his main goal, is to create division, okay? That is his main goal, because when you're single and alone, you become a much easier target. But when you're in a relationship with someone or in a marriage with someone or whatever have you, it's kind of hard for the devil to fuck with you when you got somebody by your side. Like, yo, Sag, you are fucking tripping right now. You are so bugging. Like, you're overthinking things again. Like, Sag, you're tripping. But when you're alone and you start getting these intrusive and negative thoughts, you know what I mean? Like, it could get the best of you because you don't have anybody to come in and tell you like, yo, Sag, like, you kind of bugging right now. You're tripping right now. You're overthinking things right now. Like, you're not seeing things clearly right now, Sag. You see what I mean? So it's like, going back to basically what I was basically talking about here is that this is why I say that it took two to create this storm. You experience intrusive thoughts. Therefore, you constantly find yourself thinking that this woman or this man is doing something behind your back, to the point where you go as far as to believe these intrusive thoughts, not having any sort of like actual evidence and or proof. You're just going based off of, well, this thought just came to my mind and now I think you're doing this and this and this and this, and I believe it too. Without having any sort of concrete evidence, you just instantly believe it. You know what I mean? Now they're getting accused of doing something that they're not doing. You see what I mean? And that creates the tension, and that creates the conflict, and that creates the dysfunction and the chaos. And mind you, like I said, the devil is attached, unfortunately, to this connection, which is basically insinuating that the devil's going to do whatever he can to bring to break the two of you up. It is what it is. If he could get into your head and convince you that this man over here, this woman over here is doing something behind your back, that's just what he's going to do. That's just what he's going to do, in hopes that that'll be enough, right, to get you to essentially leave this person. You know? So then there's that. Then there's that. Then there's that. You know, I think that the both of you play a massive role in why this dynamic is the way that it is. And it's not a judgmental thing. It is what it is. It's the point that the reason why I'm even pointing this out is because I want the two of you to be consciously aware. Like, okay, this is what's happening. This is basically spiritual warfare at its finest. Okay. The reason why the devil is coming after this connection so hard is because it poses a threat. It truly does pose a threat. It truly does. And here's why. The both of you guys could influence, you know, other people to, you know, go off and get married and settle down, because shit, if y'all could do it, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to inspire other people to do it, because at the end of the day, you guys did show up as a true pair to one another, which is basically insinuating that you guys are very compatible. You guys work well as a team. You guys are a power couple. You know what I mean? And because you guys are a power couple, that could influence a lot of people to want what y'all have and go out there and fucking look for it. You know what I mean? Which is the very thing the devil does not want. Like, no, like, he doesn't want y'all influencing other people to, you know, become one, you know, with another person. Go get married and go be faithful and go be loyal and just dedicate and devote yourself to one person only. Fuck no. Like, the devil doesn't want that. Like, so yeah, that's basically why this relationship is being tested, because at the end of the day, no matter what the hell you guys go through, and I understand that there's times where it might seem so freaking challenging and hard to the point where you're just like, yo, I can't take this anymore. Like, you guys have the same like mindset. Giving up on one another is not an option. It might cross your mind and it might cross their mind, but giving up is not an option. Walking away is not an option. You see why the devil wants to break the two of you up, right? Because it's like, if you guys end up fucking around and growing old with one another, you know how many people are going to be inspired by that? Like, wow, like if Sag and said person, you know, have been together for like 20 years, 50 years, like I could have that too. Like if they could do it, I could do it too. And it's like, again, it's like, he don't want that. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want that, you know? He does not want that, Sag. So that's basically why. That's basically why. Okay, so in regards to, like, are you guys married? I was like, are you guys married? I was trying to figure that out. Oh, we do have I was like looking for the hierophant. I'm like, where's the hierophant? You guys could very well be married, you know, to one another. That's definitely, you know, a possibility. Yeah, I'm not really worried and concerned about this relationship, but I can see how it poses a threat. You know what I mean? I mean, to this one over here, you know, I can see, yeah, it's because when you guys face challenging and difficult moments within your marriage and a relationship with one another, y'all always find a way, you know what I mean, to make it work, to not give up on one another. And it's like, you see what I mean? It's like the devil don't want all of that, you know what I mean? The devil would much rather, you know, you be single and alone, they be single and alone, than for y'all, you know, to last a test of times. Yeah, no, that's like, no, he doesn't want that. Anyways, so going, before I even get into all of this, in regards to what actions this person plans on taking in your direction and are moving forward, we have the King of Cups to the Two of Wands to the Judgment card. Okay. So this is not going to resonate for everybody, but if you guys are, if you're a woman and they're a man, okay, for just perfect example, um let's just start off with the fact that the both of you are wired very, very differently. The way that men think or know is nowhere near the way a woman would essentially think. We could all agree on that, okay? um I think that you just want to understand, like, but why are you the way that you are, and why do you do the things that you do? It just doesn't make any sense, you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't think that you're ever gonna understand, to be honest. Just like if this is like a man that you're connecting with and you just so happen to be a woman, this man is probably never gonna understand like why you are the way that you are and why you trip over the things that you trip over. And you're probably never gonna understand like why the fuck does this man do the fucking shit that they do? It just doesn't make no sense. It's like you guys are living two very different experiences. You know what I mean? Two very different experiences. Like they'll never understand what it's like to be a woman if they're a man, you know what I mean? And you'll never understand what it's like to be a man, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that's like kind of like the issue, also too with this relationship, is that they do certain things that in your head they're just, and you're just like, I don't understand. Like, how do they not see that this is like wrong? This is disrespectful. Like, this is like, I just, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, I'm sure they could look at you and say, I just don't understand. Why doesn't Sag think that, you know, this is wrong and I shouldn't be going through this? And, you know, like their emotions are all over the place. They don't make no logical sense. Like, you know what I mean? Now, if you guys are like of the same sex, I think that you guys will understand each other a lot more. So then that obviously that's not gonna, you know, be, you know, that message obviously doesn't, you know, apply to you guys. But, I just, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird because I do feel like it, God, like, I feel like the reason why they do the things that they do, I do feel like the reason why they do the things that they do, not that I agree with it, but I think that this person does the things that they do as far as telling you that they're going to change, but they don't change, or telling you that they're going to stop doing something, but they don't, um, is in the name of not wanting to lose you, but lying to you and telling you that, yeah, like I'm gonna change, but then they end up not changing. Like, that's not fair to you. Like, you at the end of the day are harnessing Queen of Swords energy. So that's kind of telling me that, let's just say that there is something that you do want this person to change about themselves, and they don't think that that's something that they could change about themselves. If this person were to communicate to you and be honest with you and straight up with you and tell you, look, Sag, like, I know that this thing that I do bothers you. I know that it does, but it's like, honestly, I don't even know how to change this thing. I don't even know how to stop doing this thing. Like, I don't even know where to start. You know what I mean? And it's like, or if this person were to like try to get you to see things from their perspective, but I think that it might be hard for you to do, especially if you guys are like not the same sex. You're not going to understand why this man does the things that they do. You know what I mean? Because you don't think the way a man thinks. You think the way a woman thinks if you're a woman. You see what I mean? So it's like, I think this person will try to get you to understand, like, oh, well, I do this because of this, you know? In your head, you're gonna be like, well, that doesn't make any sense. And it's like, it's probably not going to, because you're not a dude. You know what I mean? Or you're not a female. You see what I mean? But I think that you would respect that more if this person were to be honest and you know, transparent with you. The thing is that I don't think this person feels comfortable to do that. That's like a whole nother bag of burritos. Like, I don't even feel like they feel comfortable to tell you, like, straight up, like, Sag, like, I know you want me to change this about myself. I know you want me to change that about myself. I know you want me to stop doing this. I know you want me to stop doing that. But to be honest, I don't think I could do it. Like, I don't think this person feels comfortable enough to say that to you. Or, again, it's like a fear thing. Like, you know, if I tell them this, they're going to fucking leave me. You know what I mean? They don't want that. You know what I mean? Like, you got to create that space where they could be themselves and they could be honest with you and not fear losing you. You know what I mean? So you would have to like create that space, you know what I mean? Like, for them. But another thing too, this whole you not trusting them, that's a problem, Sag. That's a problem. That's definitely, you know, a problem too. That's definitely a problem. That's definitely a problem. Okay. And that's something that, you know, needs to also kind of get addressed, you know? in regards to why you don't trust them. You know, what are they doing on their behalf that caused you to feel this way? And is it because of your past? Like, you know, get down to the nitty gritty of that. You know what I mean? Then that once you guys are able to do that, y'all will be fine. But I'm not worried about this relationship. I swear I'm not. Like, I think that the both of you know exactly what you guys need to do. It's just a matter of doing it, and you guys will be good. Y'all are going to be good. Don't worry about it. You guys are going to be good. You guys are going to figure this out. You guys are going to overcome this hurdle that you guys are currently experiencing within your relationship with one another. I know that right now, especially for you, you're probably thinking, oh, no, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. But I promise you that the both of you will find a way, because even though you think it's not going to work, again, I'm going based off of what I'm seeing here. It's like walking away, it's like that's not even an option in your mind, and it's not even an option in theirs. Giving up on one another is not even an option for neither one of you. Like, it might, you know, cross your mind to leave them, and it might cross their mind to leave you. You know what I mean? But are you guys are gonna ever like act upon it? No, I just don't see that. I don't see that for this connection. I just don't. Because this is one of those things where it's like when you kind of reach this point of I can't do this anymore, they turn around and give you every reason to keep fighting for this, right? Vice versa. When they reach this point of, oh man, I can't do this shit no more. You keep accusing me of this. You keep accusing me of that. You know what I mean? Like, you give them every reason to keep fighting. You guys both give each other reasons to keep going. And that's why this relationship is going to keep on going. You know what I mean? So then there's that, dude. Then there's that. But yeah, that's what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys here